To matters politics, and the United Opposition and the Linda Mwananchi group are obviously speaking the same political language, aiming at a common goal. From their statements, it seems they are ready to warm to each other in their quest to unseat President William Ruto in the 2027 general election. However, it appears so delicate. For instance, despite Rigathi Gachagua declaring that more than 5 million Mount Kenya votes his negotiating power, a section of Linda Mwananchi leaders says he is not solely in control, besides being a polarizing factor. This, however, political observers say must be overlooked lest they disintegrate and lose to the incumbent. Alan Ochanda with that report.
The United Opposition and the Linda Mwananchi faction of ODM have embarked on countrywide political rallies, and while both camps appear to be open to working together, it remains a delicate dilemma with fragile egos and hard stances playing out.
Nimeambia huyu rafiki yangu Sifuna wakiwa na Babu na Orengo watafuta wa Munyoro.
Their rallying call is Ruto must go, a clamor the head of state has rubbished as hollow with no tangible alternative. Unity for the two, according to political pundits, is inevitable but too delicate.
That if they go alone, they will lose to William Ruto. So that unites them. That is not to say uniting will be easy, and not to say they will have to unite. You know, either they will attempt to unite and it will be difficult, but they will end up uniting nevertheless, or one side will dominate.
Even though Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka is determined to be the opposition flag bearer, owing to his experience, his core principles in the United Opposition are also determined to fly the outfit's ticket. While DCP's Rigathi Gachagua rides on numerical strength from Mount Kenya, former Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i says his track record speaks for itself. A section of Linda Mwananchi, however, sees a bogeyman in Rigathi Gachagua who still has legal landmines on his path.
So you go to United Opposition, you are joining Gachagua. Remember, Gachagua has been talking about tribalism. It has scared away the small communities. Linda Mwananchi had brought everybody on board, including the small communities, including even people from the backyard of William Ruto, because it looked like non-tribal, accommodating, and the face of the country. The other side looks like a tribal, a mobilized tribal groupings.
The probability that Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can sacrifice his presidential interest for any other opposition candidate today is zero, because Dr. Kalonzo Musyoka has sacrificed his presidential interest times above number in support of Mr. Raila. Because if he does sacrifice his presidential interest this time round, then he's going to become a chapter in history books, and he will lose all his political capital and the political will from his core constituency.
On Wednesday, the Linda Mwananchi leaders paid Matiang'i a courtesy call, but in politics, it can't be just a usual catch-up. Observers say he might just be a friendlier inroad for the group. While the United Opposition is populated with legacy politicians, a few figures freshly fallen out with President William Ruto, Linda Mwananchi brags of newness and vibrancy, which they say will be dented should they come together.
If the alternative government, alternative opposition really want to send William Ruto home, they close their shop, they close their ambition, and they support Linda Mwananchi, because it is a face of the country and a face that is carrying the young people. An alternative to that is to have a new caliber of people and a call for a generational change.
It now remains to be seen whether the usual political playbooks will carry the day or pave way for new tactics, given their common opponent is a sitting president. Alan Ochanda, KTN.
Basi tuko pamoja kimilili. Well, that report by Alan Ochanda takes us to